give you time to.
Nope, we're live. All right. Well, welcome everybody. This is Greg and Stephanie Smith. This is my wife, Stephanie. We are so excited to have you inside of our kitchen actually tonight because it's just great lighting in here. We want to set up the 24-day challenge. So get this thing started off. I want to ask you a few questions. One is, how would you feel if you knew for a matter of a fact that you could actually lose those unwanted body fat in inches? Because the 24-day challenge on average loses 10 pounds, 10 inches. And you might be able to see off here in the corner, Stephanie and I are on day 22 of our own, something like that. You start losing track because you don't want to count. But we're getting very close to finishing our own 24-day challenge. We'll get into some of the results that we've had and other people have had. But I also want to ask you, how would you feel if you knew that $1,000 or more was coming into your bank account next month? We're going to be talking about that because we have experienced the joys of AdvoCare. And in AdvoCare, we do two things. We really help people with, rather if it's product results, maybe you got on the webinar tonight, you want to know more about the 24-day challenge, or maybe you want to know how to turn your results into cash, and we're going to talk about that as well. And so I'm going to kind of switch on and off in between. I got some slides that we're going to switch on to, and we're also going to come back. We're going to talk about the products. We're going to demonstrate some other things. Stephanie's going to talk as well, but take you back real quickly because here's what we found. In the two areas that we solve problems with in AdvoCare, there's two main problems. Back in 2007, when we started AdvoCare, I always had the dream of being an entrepreneur. It's been in me. I've had this spirit forever. I always wanted to be my own boss. I always wanted to be able to sleep in every single morning because, quite frankly, I'm a night owl. I don't like waking up to an alarm clock. I don't like driving in traffic. I don't like having to worry about if it's cold outside. And I've always had the dream of being able to have life on my terms. I've also had the dream of being able to be healthy and fit my entire life, but I found myself stuck in a corporate job, sitting on a chair most of my days, gaining 4 inches in my waist, having high blood pressure, and getting fatter every single day. And that's not what I dreamed about. I know Stephanie dreamed about looking great for our wedding, which she did because we found AdvoCare before our wedding. She was pumping the iron. She was doing the elliptical machine. She was pounding the pavement, but she wasn't getting the results. And the problem is, most people want all of these things. I've yet to come across, it was great. I was doing a mixer 2 weekends ago, and I said, hey, who's ever dreamed about owning their own business? Who's ever dreamed about making more money than they're currently making inside of their Plan A job? And one girl steps up and she goes, well, y'all would be lying if you didn't say you didn't. And I was like, good point, because anybody who says no, I think you're limiting yourself and you're telling yourself no because you're afraid of success. And I've been there. But here's the thing, with AdvoCare, you get somebody to help you out with it. You get somebody who has had success. Stephanie and I have had the joys over the last 7 years of doing AdvoCare. Starting part-time Plan B, I used to work in the freight industry. Stephanie was a nanny, so she was watching somebody else's kids every single day. And we started AdvoCare with the hopes of an extra $500 per month, because an extra $500 per month was going to help with our wedding, and that was our first goal. But come to find out, within our first 6 months of doing AdvoCare, it paid us $17,500 part-time. And so we kept snowballing that thing, and over the last 7 years, we've helped over 250 people make $1,000 or more from home. That's a fact. Over 250 people, $1,000 or more from home. We got people in our group that make over, I got a 22-year-old girl who made over $200,000 just last year, and she started late in February. Okay, we got people who are making upwards of $300,000 per year from the comfort of their home. They're giving up jobs that used to pay them $80,000 per year, but now they enjoy their time with their family. We have people all across the nation who are losing dramatic amounts of weight. We have people who are getting great results on the product. We had a guy just last weekend who had the opportunity to talk in front of 5,500 people because he's lost 197 pounds on our products. That's 197 pounds. That is 8 more pounds than my entire body this guy has lost. I mean, it's amazing. If you get on the products, they're going to get your results. So we're going to switch over to a couple slides. We're going to start going into the challenge and some other things, but I want to get into some facts real quick and just give you a little bit of history about who we are as a company and where we come from. So hang tight real quick. All right. So as you can see here, we talk about Advocare. We do two things. We help people with health, rather if that's maybe you're wanting more energy. Maybe you just want to be able to keep up with the kids. Maybe one of the benefits that I get from doing the Advocare 24-day challenge is that I found myself not napping or even wanting a nap as much as what I used to because my energy levels was up. Maybe you want to function better. Maybe you want less weight on your knees. Maybe you just want to be able to walk up and down the stairs without breathing heavy. Whatever it is, we can help you out with that, and we do that with Advocare. Or maybe you're a CrossFitter. Maybe you're a hardcore athlete. Maybe you're an Ironman or Ironwoman, and you want sports performance products, and you want that edge. You want to get faster. You want your mile time to get 30 seconds quicker. Whatever that is, we can provide that too, and we'll talk a little bit about some of those. But the income side of things, I think you guys kind of got that message so far. Advocare's been around since 1993. We're a solid company. We're completely debt-free. Our products are made in the good old USA. We bleed red, white, and blue. You can see we're down here in Texas, and we got over 70 different products in general, but we really niche in a small group of products that we're going to hit on tonight. So just know that we're going to touch on what really 90% of everybody we talk to can really benefit from. And then we have small niches outside of that that you can get into in terms of sports performance, endurance, women's health, men's health, kids' health. We have all those things, but we're going to talk about the challenge tonight. So before we do that, Steph, do you want to go over the 4 ways real quick?
Sure, we can do that.
All right.
Okay, can't see me, right?
They can't
I
see
need to be in front of the camera. Okay, so guys, number 1 is a retail customer. What's great about that is you just go to somebody who invited you to this webinar. You say, hey, I want to buy a 24-day challenge. You write your person a check or give them your credit card number or cash, and hey, that's it, retail customer. The next one is a wholesale customer. So that's $79. You're going to get product for that, which is awesome. You're going to get Spark and you're going to get Slam, which is going to get you booming. It's going to give you the energy you need, and that's what's going to get you moving. Okay, with that, you get a 20 to 30% discount on all of your products. Okay, so sorry I said okay. Feel like I'm saying that a lot. So with the wholesale customer, when you get that discount, you get your own website. You get to order straight from there. Everything gets shipped directly to you, so there's no middleman, which is amazing. Number 3 is a distributor, and this is somebody who you can have from a 20 to a 40% discount as well, depending on your investment level. Now, the 40% level is amazing. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But being a distributor at 40% means, hey, maybe I have a big family. Maybe I have a family of 5 and we love Spark and we love meal shakes. And we just want to get the highest discount possible on our products. And that's great too. But maybe that's somebody who also just wants to dabble and share products with a few people and earn maybe a couple extra $100 a month. Now, number 4 is our business advisor. That is when you're at the 40% level and you come to your sponsor and you say, hey, I am ready to do this business. I'm ready to help people, change people's lives. Let's do this full force. And you're going to lock arms with your sponsor, and you're really going to build that business. And once again, you can earn as little or as much money with this as you want because it's all depending on the time that you put into it. So that's something that's your choice. Maybe it's 2 hours a week at first. Maybe it's 10 hours a week, but that's up to you. The first 2 ways are just kind of product oriented. And numbers 3 and 4, that's where we're really talking a little bit of business.
Awesome. Great job, Steph. So let's get into the product side of things and ultimately the nutrition. So you're going to see here what we call the triangle of health. And what we want to touch is on the fact that supplements are not the end-all, be-all. We're not trying to say that you pop a couple pills and you're magically going to get results. What we're saying is with lifestyle change and getting your body good nutrition and filling the voids that you just don't get through food, your body will do amazing things. And so you're going to see here, we kind of base everything off of this. You got fitness, which you got to work, you got to do something, moving something. But I do want to say that the 2 things on the right, food and supplements, That's the most important part of the triangle if you're trying to lose weight. See, I've seen people over the last 7 years who work out extremely hard, and sometimes those people work out extremely hard and they take supplements. But matter of fact is they don't eat very well, and so in the end, they're not getting the results that they want. So we have to have all three components. But if you're looking at this and you're wondering which ones are the most important, number one is food, first and foremost. If you're not willing to clean up food habits and get a little bit healthier on your lifestyle, then you might want to just click exit right now, because that's not what we're about. We're not a quick fix, and that's why we've been around for 21 years. That's why we have people who can lose 197 pounds within 2 years of using the products, and that's why we have a solid track record in what we do, is because we have every piece of the puzzle. And one of the problems that most other programs out there, whatever it may be, is that they don't have the coaching and expertise that comes along with it for somebody who can really help you get results. And with AdvoCare, you're going to get a coach that helps you every step of the way. So let's move forward here. Just show you, these are some of our coaches. These are the guys who produce our products. These are the ones who say, hey, we need to have this, and that in there. And these guys are esteemed professionals from all across the United States. I mean, you'll see Dr. Stanley Dudrick down here in the left-hand side. This guy invented Total Pro Nutrition. I mean, he is the granddaddy of nutrition. You can see that he used to be the head professor of heart surgery at Yale University, has a building named after him, Dr. William Kramer in the top middle. This guy actually is the head professor of kinesiology, physiology, and neurobiology at the University of Connecticut. And so these people are esteemed professionals all around the United States. We love what they do. We know that our products are safe because of what they do and the reputation that they put on the line. Plus, we also get them tested by this fancy little green label called Informed Choice, which makes sure that we're free and clear of any banned substances. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to share a video that is going to show some results that other people are getting with the 24-day challenge. And then right after that comes back, I'm going to go into what the challenge is, how it pertains to you, and how to use it. So you can see us here switching on and off. So let me go back here, and we are going to share, let's see, this one. And we're going to watch this quick video, and then we're going to be right back, and I'll show you what the challenge is. So hang tight.
As soon as AdvoCare found me through a friend, I hopped on that 24-day challenge and changed my life forever. I'm spunky. I got my old self back again.
Within the first 24 days, I lost 18 pounds and 1 dress size, and I was all gung-ho. I was so excited. I was like, yay! And to date, I'm down 115 pounds.
I've lost 35 pounds. I've gone from 38 waist to 32.
It's been a journey that's helped me go from a size 14 to a size 4. I was 185 at the time, and I'm 145 now.
I lost 20 pounds and 20 inches, and since then, to date, I've lost 99 pounds total.
In 24 days, I lost 22 pounds and 11 inches off my body. And so I just continued on products, and over 4 months, I've lost a total of 50 pounds.
This was me, and I was at 297, dropped 87 pounds. It literally felt like that I stepped into a time machine and went back 20 years.
I lost 29 pounds the first 24 days, or the next 4 months, lost a total of 65. Now, at 3 years later, I've lost 122 pounds.
Within 6 months, I had lost 80 pounds. Brian had lost 60 pounds, and today I have lost 93, and he's lost 75. And so, I mean, you can only imagine how drastically our lives have been changed because of that, and it was a result of AdvoCare.
My name is Anthony Kraft.
Oh, yeah, that right there is an ad from YouTube, so let's get back to what we were doing. All right, so let's go over the 24-day challenge real quick. Obviously, you see, if you really want to explore the world of results with AdvoCare, I dare you to type in AdvoCare results on Google, click images, and you can scroll your little heart out for days of people who have had great results on the challenge. I know for me, you know, I originally started at 189, Went down to 186 during this last challenge. Now, mind you, I've been on products for some time now. I originally lost 4 inches in my waist, ended up gaining 22 pounds of muscle on some of the sports performance products, but now I'm just kind of in a maintaining phase, and so I sure do love the holidays. I love Stephanie's mom's cooking, so, you know, I get a little bloated, eat a lot of food, gain a little bit of weight back, get the puffy face, but throughout the last 24-day challenge, which we're almost finished with, I've lost about 4% body fat. So I've got leaner, I've gained some muscle mass. I'm only about a pound down, but the difference is I'm tighter on the waist, I feel good here, everything's functioning the way that it should, and I'm getting leaner all at the same time. So we're excited. Stephanie was just talking about we're going to do our measurements tomorrow, so we'll have some hard numbers then. But let me show the challenge real quickly. One is the first 10 days is these 3 products here. And so first 10 days is really made to clean out the system so that nutrient absorption goes up. Okay? So what you're going to notice is energy level goes up as you cleanse. Your bowel movements are going to be daily as you cleanse if we're doing things and monitoring that. You're also going to really just notice that you feel better. And that's the main thing with the cleanse, is that you feel better. You're going to notice that when you eat certain foods, you might get more energy from it than you did before, because now you're actually absorbing what comes in the food, to where a lot of times our intestinal tract is just full of junk and things just aren't getting processed the way that they should. So it's very simple. We have omega-3 fish oils. That's good for every cell in your body. Omega-3 fish oils, you can Google those as well, and you're going to see so many different things. Google fish oil, Dr. Oz, or just fish oil omega-3s. I mean, we know that 2/3 of our brain are made up of fat, and so this is healthy fat. It's going to help out with that. Put the good fats in, bad fats out. Cleanse is very basic. There's a fiber drink, some probiotic, a couple other things. There's a little instruction sheet that tells you exactly what to do. I mean, it's almost dummy proof, especially if you know that you're a text away from getting some help with it, which is super cool. I mean, I was just telling somebody the other day, and I actually got a text right before the mixer that was like, hey, my products just came in. And I told her, I said, hey, if you're in the line at Chipotle or you need to go here, shoot me a text and I'll respond to you. And that's what's great, is that you're going to get somebody else who can do that, and if you don't, they can introduce you to somebody that can do that. So very cool. Spark, this is our #1 product. This is mental energy. It's focus, so it's more of just being alert and at it for the day. I know for Stephanie, what do you mix with your
Biocharge.
Biocharge, and what's that done for you lately?
Oh man, well, ever since we started this next 24-day challenge, it has made me. I usually drag a lot throughout the day, you know, taking care of our 16-month-old from sun up to sundown. It's hard, and I know that a lot of you know that, but usually around 3 o'clock every day, I'm like, oh my goodness, I just need a nap so badly. And mixing it with the Biocharge has really helped me a lot. I don't ever feel like I need to nap anymore. My mental clarity has just been great. I think my patience has been better as well. So yeah, it's done wonders for me, this challenge.
It's like super mom inside of super mom, super wife, super woman inside of a little packet. I tell you, man, she gets food done. We got food ready to eat right once we hop off this thing. She's getting up early and she's working out like I've never seen before.
5:30 a.m. Trina.
So
I gotta give her a shout out.
Yeah, that's a little early for me, I gotta admit. So
she asked if you were gonna join us.
Yeah, if you want me to join you at 5 a.m., then get the AdvoCare Candy 24 DVD, and you can watch me any time of the day. I promise you, and I will kick your butt any time of the day. But if you want me physically there, not gonna happen. So. Very simplistic. Next phase, moving on here. Spark continues. We have metabolic nutrition system. This is just like nutrition in a box. So we have one, it's a vitamin pill strip packet. It's got a multivitamin. It's got a probiotic, which is healthy bacteria for your intestinal tract. It's also got some fish oil and a couple other things in there. So we have 3 different kinds. One that's geared towards energy. I mean, if you're like me and you want energy, get Maxi. If you want M&S3, which is a neutral blend of energy,
appetite control,
and general wellness. So it's got a couple other things in there. It's got an antioxidant. It's a great starter package, really. And then we have M&S Max C, as in control, and that's really geared towards appetite control. So if you crave sweets, get the appetite control. So you can mix and match those, but it's real great. We have Catalyst. This is an add-on product, but we always talk about it. We've been doing this thing for 7 years, and we would just be silly to help somebody get on the 24-day challenge and not get Catalyst because of the price and the benefit you get from it. Totally worth it. It's $31 retail.
As a side note, when we first got started, there was no 24-day challenge.
Yep.
We had something called the Core 4, and Catalyst and Thermo Plus were two of those products, and that's originally how I lost my 12 pounds and my dress sizes, because I was just taking Catalyst and Thermo every day. So it's a really big impact product.
Yep. And Thermo Plus, we don't have it set out today, but Thermo Plus is a great product. If you want to talk about like one of the best products for the dollar, and to really help, if somebody is just like, absolutely, hey, I can only afford $30, but I need energy and weight loss, Thermo Plus 100% of the way.
Yeah.
It gets you the furthest amount of time for the $30. It gets you the most amount of energy.
Yeah, you definitely get some energy from that.
Yeah, you take Thermo Plus and tell me you don't have energy, then your heart's not beating. And that's not good, because you wouldn't be talking to me at that point. So last thing here is meal replacement shakes. So it looks like this. Comes in, I don't know, just a lot of good flavors. Chocolate mocha, dark chocolate, berry.
There's a vegetarian option.
And vanilla, yeah. And so we have all kinds. They taste great. They mix with just water. We recommend them for breakfast just because most people don't typically eat a very healthy breakfast. Usually it's lacking in protein. So this is a nice, easy, convenient way to get that protein in the system, feed the muscle, start serving the fat. So
can I make a side note about the meal
please
shakes?
do.
Our 16-month-old loves meal shakes.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to go feed your kids meal shakes. I want to get that clear. But our little guy, like when we're drinking our meal shakes every morning, this is please. So he's saying please, and he's like grabbing for the meal shake. So he gets a meal shake every once in a while, and he loves it with his chocolate mustache. And so just kind of a quick breakfast for kids if they don't have time in the morning, which I know a lot of them don't.
Yep, absolutely. So with that, we got sports. I might as well hit on this. I'll take 2 minutes. Why not?
This was not subliminal messaging. This is what our counter really looks like all the time.
This is my regimen.
Rehydrate, Spark, Arginine.
Yep, and then these are my performance products. I got daily probiotics that I take extra, some BioTools, muscle strength, whatever. But the cool thing is when we first started out, we just bought what we could afford. That's why I encourage you to do. Buy what you can afford, okay? But what happened was through just our journey with AdvoCare, we've been very blessed with a good income that comes in from it. And when that happens, we're always like, hey, let's try some other products. Because if I feel this good on these products, imagine if I take a couple more. So Muscle Gain, this is a lean protein shake, so it's just a protein supplement, plain and simple, very easy. It's going to help feed the muscle. Post-workout recovery, best way to describe this is if you are busting the hump in the gym and you're doing some lunges, if you've ever felt like the shaky leg syndrome, or you get the next day you're like, can't, you know what I'm talking about. If you've done anything where you can't extend your arm afterwards, post-workout's going to help you out with that, I promise you. So those are 2 products. Take them every day. Mass Impact, I take a very small amount of this, but that's just going to help out with some lean muscle mass, more or less. So those are some of the sports performance products. You can look them up at advocare.com/elite. So advocare.com/elite. We actually have some timelines on there that show you what to take, when to take it, if you're looking for certain desired results, how to get those. So and we also do that with the trim line and wellness line and everything else. So switching gears, we're going to go back to a couple slides here. Let me pull these up, and we're going to move forward. So let's see. All right. So you got the sports performance. You kind of saw those. Now, let's talk about Drew Brees. I was going to show this little commercial, but for the sake of time, we're just going to keep busting through. You can Google Drew Brees AdvoCare, Drew Brees commercial. Drew has been using our product. And by the way, if you don't know who Drew Brees is, you probably live under a rock, and that's okay. And I used to live under a rock because I'm not a huge football guy. But this guy is like the Michael Jordan of football. This guy is one of the most renowned quarterbacks of all times. And he is our national spokesperson. He's been using our products ever since he left Purdue. The guy's a class act. He's one of the most humble, genuine people we've ever got to meet. So, you can't go wrong. If the sports performance are good enough for that guy and he's got multi-million-dollar career on the line, they're good enough for me, obviously. So let's get into the second half and let's wrap this thing forward a little quicker. The great thing about AdvoCare is that the products work so well that ultimately it becomes very easy and natural to share it with other people. And so I remember, coming home from, or we were at our wedding, and Stephanie looked amazing, which she still does. But at the, people took notice, and they were like, "Man, what are you doing?" And this was after 2 months of being into AdvoCare. And we had to be like, it's that AdvoCare thing we told you about. And sure enough, everybody wanted to know. And so it would be silly not to share it with them. And that's when we really started taking off as a business. So the great thing about AdvoCare, I was talking earlier about being an entrepreneur, having a dream. Well, this right here, this is the cash flow quadrant that Robert Kiyosaki has in his book. And it talks about how there's 4 different quadrants. Now, you have 5% of people control 95% of the wealth. You've always heard, the 1%, whatever. I don't know what your views are on that, but it's because they have a different mindset. It's because they're entrepreneurs. It's because they fall into a different line. And this shows when you're an employee, you have a job. When you are a self-employed employee, this would be you basically own your own job. This would be like a doctor, right? They're an employee, but they're a business owner too. But you take them out of the equation, there is no business, right? Because they're the self-employed person. Now, a business is a system that works for you, and that's what AdvoCare is. It talks about investors. So once you get enough money to where you can pay all your bills and do all those things and you have some money left over, that's when we're talking about doing some investments. But that's not what we're here today. AdvoCare falls into the business side of things. And what's great is AdvoCare is a ready-to-go business. I have done some crazy stuff in my past. I thought I was going to be like this used tire salesman. I mean, seriously, I thought I was going to drive around in a box van and pick up used tires from dealers and then go sell them to used tire shops and make a bunch of money.
So hopefully you can understand now why I was a little bit of a skeptic when he first got started. Which, by the way, if there are some skeptics on here, I don't think Greg talked about that in the beginning. Maybe you just got asked on because you're doing it as a favor to your friend. I was the biggest skeptic in the world, so if you ever have any questions or really want to know that story, you can just let me know because that's really how it got started.
Yeah, absolutely. Biggest skeptic is an understatement. So my biggest enemy in AdvoCare was my wife, which wasn't how it should be, but for good reason. She's skeptical, just like a lot of people are jaded with a bunch of different things. But I'm here to tell you what. AdvoCare is different. The people in AdvoCare are different. The longer you stick around, and if you can stay open-minded enough to look under the hood, you're going to see we're the real deal. You're going to see that we actually care if you get results or not. We actually care if you succeed in the business or not. Now, can we do it for you? No. Can we take the products for you? No. But can we show you and tell you exactly what to do? Absolutely. And that's where the key in AdvoCare comes in. When you're talking about getting results on the products or getting results on the business, you know what? I'm so fired up. We're switching back to the camera. Because here's the deal. This is something that truly pulls on my heartstrings because before AdvoCare, I had dreams. I wanted more. She wanted more. We never talked about it. I originally went to her and I'm like, do you dream more? And she's like, I don't dream about anything. And I'm like, what do you mean? You don't want this? You don't want that? You don't want to be able to travel? You don't want to be able to pay off debt? She
And I
great.
didn't. I was fine. I was content. And in my eyes, it was you go to work 9 to 5, or at this point, for me, it was like 7 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
You work that long. You get your paycheck. You spend the weekend with your husband. You have Friday night, Saturday night bowling league, then back to the grind on Monday. I mean, like, that's how I saw life from both of our parents.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there was even anything wrong with that, but I was just content. We had a nice little house, and I was just content to grow there.
That's right. And so, but what happens is if you're truly real and you sit back and you can get away from the chaos of the world enough, you can remove yourself from all the busyness in life, and you really think about what it is that you want, it might not be what you currently have. And so in order to get something that you don't have, you have to do something you've never done. And that's where AdvoCare comes in place. That's where having a mentor and somebody who can help you every step of the way is the key. And that's what I love about this business is whoever got you on here truly cares about you. They want to see you get results. They're not just trying to sell you a product, period. That's stupid. We're not in this for a one-time sale. We are in this to change lives. And with AdvoCare, you can do that. And if you have the passion to be more and do more, and you're coachable and you're teachable, and you just say, Coach, what do I do next? I was on the phone with my friend last night. My friend makes $500,000 to $600,000 per year, and he says, man, he goes, so many people want it, but they just don't ask how to do it. He's like, if they would just ask me, I would tell them. And then if they would do what I tell them to do, they would have success. And all I've ever done is I've just said, Matt, what do I do next? And he's told me. And I do it, and sure enough, it's worked out. So I don't even know what I was supposed to be talking about, but here's I'm so fired up because this fires me up, man. Stephanie and I, it's the end of the year. We've been reflecting on our past year. Today, hanging out with my son, just laughing, and he's just like tackling me and all that stuff, and I'm thinking, man, like I can do that whenever I want to, and I can't imagine life any other way. And I think most parents, if they truly, I think if I asked you right now, hey, how many people would love to be home with their kids every single day? I honestly don't know anybody that would say no. And if you do say no, I wholeheartedly believe that you're probably not telling the truth. And that's just my opinion. I also know some people don't want to be at home with their spouse every day. Maybe they fear that. We've been doing it for 3 or 4 years, and we love it. We have a stronger marriage because of it. Our family is better off because of it, because we're not going 2 separate ways every day. We're not spending 10 hours every day with other people. We're spending it with the people we truly love and care about, which is our family and our closest friends and our extended family. So there's more to AdvoCare than just products, and there's more to AdvoCare than just making money. There's a whole other side of it that you're going to see. But the great thing about AdvoCare that this slide shows is that we take care of the products, we take care of the formulations, we take care of packaging, they take care of shipping. They do all of that stuff for you to where your job as a distributor, if you decide to join us and really take part on our team, is one main focus, and that's getting a new customer. Getting a new customer. That's it. One customer at a time that you really help get great results will compound more than your wildest dreams. It really will. I know for us, we just had our best month ever in AdvoCare. We've been in, we're coming up on our 7th year. We made $550,000 last year, and just for the first 5 weeks, January boom was $85,000 from our home, which sounds, for me to say that, probably sounds as silly as it does to your ears, because I grew up in Lancaster, Ohio. If you don't know where that is, Google map Lancaster, Ohio. You're going to see hills, because I come from the hills.
If you can't tell, Greg Googles a lot.
I do Google. Google results. Google this. Google knows all, right? Okay? So Google what is Advocare? Actually, I don't know what would come up with that, but we're real people. We're just everyday people. We've just followed the system that Advocare puts in place. All the people on our team who have got great results, they just follow the system. So let me wrap this thing up. Let me go back to some of these slides here. All right. Ready to go business. This here shows our income disclosure sheet. And so what I ask you, is which one really sticks out to you? We have so many people that really just come in and they're looking for the $1,000 per month. And that would be drastic. And like I asked at the beginning, what would it mean to you if you knew $1,000 was coming in next month? What would it mean to you if you knew you could bring in an extra $100 in the next week? I mean, think about what that would pay for, let alone if you brought in $1,000 or even $3,000 or $4,000 per month. You look at Gold 3-Star paying on average an extra $40,000 per year. And oftentimes we ask people, hey, how much money would it take to get you home with your spouse? Maybe mom's already at home, but the dad's leaving every day. Maybe both spouses are leaving. But you ask yourself is how much would it take to truly have what it is that you want? We got people on our team. I got a mom, Jill Allen, who just went into 9-star qualification. If you look at that, 9-star Emerald, $276,000. Now, a fun fact, Jill is an Iron Woman, and in all means of the fashion. She is a super mom. She gets things done. She has no excuses. She's working Advocare while being at home with the kids every day, and she's in 9-star Emerald qualification from the comfort of her own home. I mean, could you imagine that? Think about, when kids at 5 kids is saying, hey, I need some basketball shoes. That's $500 when you think about it. But to whereas most parents would really shrill at the thought of that. But here you are, somebody like Joe making an extra, however many $1,000 per month, $15,000 per month or more. So it's super amazing. I could tell stories all day about people from different backgrounds, nurses, coaches, you know what? And so here real quick, let's finish this out. I'm going to leave these 4 ways up. I'm going to talk real quick. If you got on tonight and you're just looking for some products, by all means, talk to whoever got you on here. Get set up as a retail customer. Get set up as a wholesale customer. Whichever one makes the most sense for you. I mean, if you're just buying a box of Spark, I got a gal who just messaged me today. She bought a box of Spark. It's $23. Does it make sense for her to sign up as a wholesale customer? Not yet. So she gave me $23. I gave her a box of Spark. And if that's what you want, get it from the person who got you on here. But if you're going to buy something like a 24-day challenge, then it probably makes sense to be a wholesale customer because you get your own discount. So whichever one makes sense, tell the person what number you are. When you talk to them, text them right now or Facebook message them, whichever. Now, Distributor Advisor, we're going to kind of wrap through very quickly some of the ways we get paid and how to get started. We'll be wrapped up within 6 minutes. But I want to go back. So if you're looking for products, thank you so much for getting on tonight. We're so excited that you did take the time. So we're back live here on the camera. We're so excited that you did take the time to join us from our home. We love what we do. We hope you can see that passion. If we could ever do anything for you, hopefully you got an email from us. But if not, my email, just Google who is Greg Smith. It'll come up.
There's only one in the world.
There's only one Greg Smith. Imagine that. No, all sarcasm aside, meetgregandsteph.com, and that'll give you all of our info if you do. So meetgregandsteph.com. But going back real quick, finishing up with the business side, we were sharing some of the stories of different levels. And one, I was doing a meeting on Monday, and I was talking to the gal, her name's Amy, and I was saying, so what's really driving you? What's getting you to move forward with Advocare right now? And she's an attorney, and she's got a master's, she's been to law school, and she's like, I have $170,000 in school debt. And I was like, what? Sure enough, without a vehicle outside of what she's currently doing, it's probably going to take a really long time to pay off that $170,000. But I'm telling you what, people do it. You know, my buddy James Rudder, this guy's the AD, assistant.
Athletic director?
No, district, whatever. He's
district attorney.
There you go.
That's
DA.
DA, not AD.
So exactly, if I can do it, you can do it. There is hope for everybody. But James, man, he's paid off $67,000 in debt. He's doing amazing things. Just went into qualification for a new Emerald, I think. So now he's making $180,000, paying off debt, targeting stuff off. We got military. And by the way, if you don't have one of these, Impact Magazine, tell the person who got you on here that you want one. All right. So, you know, if you're in the military, like we got a couple, Mike and Charity Woodard, just had their first little baby boy, Maddox, and the greatness of that, you know, Stephanie talks to Charity. I mean, why don't you share kind of what that means for them?
Well, you know, Charity's really excited just to be home right now and spending these first few weeks with her baby boy, so that way they can just have that bonding time. And I know that she's just super excited about being there with him. I know she does plan on going back to work, but I know that it's just meaning a lot for them to have that extra income flowing in as she's off work for this time. So
awesome. How fun. I'm watching the comments, man. You guys are great. So I can't really watch them as I'm talking. So every time I get a second, I will. So military parent, you know, military from everywhere. You know, the military teachers, servicemen and women are probably some of the most underpaid, undervalued people in our society. And you guys are out there getting it done. You guys are really the glue that holds our whole community, the whole United States, together. And we don't pay you a whole lot, and that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I can't change that in terms of, you know, I can't tell the government to pay an E5 more money, but I can help you on an AdvoCare side of things, and that's exactly what we've been able to do with the Woodards and their whole crew. But you can see some other military families here. And then you can also see our good friends from the state of Ohio. So that is New Albany, Ohio. Mark and Elise Mueller, they're great friends of ours. They just went into diamond status. So they just got this fancy new shiny pin. But more importantly, Mark originally started, he lost 44 pounds on the 24-day challenge, which is amazing, by the way. That's like some of the best results I've ever seen. But he started sharing it, and he started seeing the vision. He started seeing that he could pay off debt. And sure enough, here they are a few short years later, and they just had a $46,000 month. Let me make sure somebody's not trying to, you know, technical issues. So we do keep our phones on during the press just for that. But, man, these guys, these are real stories. So make sure you get Impact Magazine, check them out, read the stories. You're going to see many people that are just like you that are making this thing work. And there's really nothing fancy about us by any means. It's just we've worked very hard, we've been persistent, and we've followed the success system. So with that, let me finish it up, show you how to get started and what to do from here, and we'll be done in just a short second. All right. So I'm not going to go over all the different ways that we get paid. Quite frankly, we get paid to get customers, period. And then we get paid to help other people get customers. That's the only thing that we get paid to do, is get our own customers and help other people get their own customers. Okay? Very simple. So here's why I want to leave this. I do want to encourage you to go for this rookie bonus. If maybe you're a brand new advisor and you're just hanging out and checking out our presentation, or maybe you're not to the advisor status yet, but once you get there, you want to get a rookie bonus, and that's very easy to do. It's you know, you might not know what pay periods are or PGV that's shown on the screen. Don't worry about that. Get with the person who got you here and say, hey, I want that $500 of extra cash, and I want it now. Show me how to get it, and they'll be glad to show you how to get it. So And all expenses paid trips. We can talk for days about this stuff, but here's the deal. Let's talk about getting started. Here's how it works. You got to enroll at least at the $79. That gets you a 20% discount. It gets you this pretty little box here. More importantly, though, it gets you about $59 of actual products that are included that for sampling, getting the name out there, and so forth. So you'll see here different discounts. Now, let's talk about going straight to the advisor level, because if you're in this to earn income, then 40% is the most profitable place you can be, and it's also where you earn money all 5 ways from the ways that we get paid. So, you know, if you were to go straight to advisor, here's what it looks like. It's a $3,000 retail dollar investment. We get to go in and we get to choose $3,000 retail dollars of product that are your choice of product. Now, we're going to help and guide you for those products. But here's the cool thing. It's not actually $3,000. It's only $2,100. Now, this has a 12-month satisfaction guarantee on it. And what that means is that it doesn't mean that we're going to switch out flavors if you don't like the flavors. That's your sponsor's job. What it means is that if you decide to quit, if you decide to resign your distributorship, if you still have product left over from this order and it's in a good manner and it's resellable, you can resign your distributorship, send it back to Advocare, and they'll give you every penny back for it. So it really is a no-lose situation because the fact is, if you got $2,100 sitting in your bank account, it's not earning any interest. Trust me. You have a better shot at putting it into some product, getting some people some great results, and earning some extra income than you do of getting even a 1% interest on your $2,100. So take it out of the bank, put it in a product, start a business, start looking towards a better future for you and your family. So getting started, become a distributor, decide what discount level you're going to start at, and there were a couple other ones back in there. Get with the person who got you on here. They can go over them in detail. Get started on the products yourself. Most importantly, make a list of the people that you want to help. Rather invest your way to advisor or work your way to advisor, okay? And the great thing is you can start today. And why not start today? Because each day that goes by is a day wasted. You know, you can sit and you can analyze this for a long time, but here's the thing. We've been around for 21 years. Our products get outstanding results. Our business plan pays if you do the work every single time. It pays equally, and that's what I love about it. Is it's if you do what I've done, you can have what I have. If I do what Danny McDaniel, which the guy makes, you know, $4 million a year in Advocare, if I do as much work as he does, I can have that. I just haven't done that much work, you know. But it's an equal opportunity for everybody, and we have a great system in terms of how we help distributors. We obviously have a lot of fun while we're presenting, and it's just a great group that we're a part of. We have a great team that probably got you on here tonight, man. Everybody, it's just amazing. We have a great culture to be a part of, and we have a lot of wisdom inside of our group and our leaders that can really help you out with it. So with that, I just want to say thank you for hanging with us, checking it out, streaming live from our house, which is always fun. Stephanie, you have anything to finish out?
Guys, I just think, like, why not take action? You know, when Greg and I first got started in Advocare, he didn't hesitate a second. I was not in Advocare, but he didn't hesitate a second. And very quickly, he earned 2 of those rookie bonuses for us and for our family, and that made a huge difference for me. So I guess the big question is just, what would $1,000 do for your family? Let's say you kept your job, your significant other kept their job, and you just brought in that $1,000 a month and paid that off towards your debt. I mean, how huge, how would $200 affect that debt? If you just threw it towards your debt every month, you didn't do anything else with it. I mean, that's huge. We paid off over $60,000 in debt in our first 3 or 4 years. That was big. So when I think about that, I just think of how that kind of money can affect so many families in the United States. And here's the thing, too. You may look at a family and be like, they don't need $1,000 extra bucks a month. That is not the case, people. That is not the case. When we first met Crystal Thurber and heard her story, they charged everything on their credit cards, their gas, their groceries. I think she said they paid off $320,000 of debt. But they look really great from the outside. They had a big house. They both were very fit, just looked the perfect couple, nice cars, and they were $320,000 in debt. So don't be writing off your friends that are doctors or your chiropractors or anybody for that matter. Anybody could use $1,000 a month. And again, maybe even $200 a month. Who knows? That can make a huge difference. That can buy diapers for somebody. That can buy their formula for their baby. I mean, there's just so many things that going on in this country that we don't know about. People who are losing money, who are losing jobs, and this is what the solution we have to provide for them. And why not share this with every person you know?
It's awesome. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night. We hope you join our team. See you soon.